So this is a review on this new alarm clock that I got. It has a lot of options, and so I'm going to try to explain them to you, but forgive me if I mess up a little bit because I'm still learning it. So it has digital readout, and then it has a light around it. It has controls on the front, and then it has more controls on the back. All right, and it is touch sensitive. Alright, so we're going to shut that off. Alright, so we'll start with the clock. So if you want to change the clock, you push the clock button, and there is a slight delay, so you have to give it a second and not push it too many times. And then you would use the plus and minus keys to cycle through the time. And then to get to the minutes, you do it again, and then to set the time. Same thing with the alarm. And then you can, well, there. And that sets the alarm. And then goes to the seconds. Okay, then you can choose if you want the light to come on when you set the alarm for. Okay, so you push that, and this is how it defaults to. If you prefer it to be brighter, then you do that, or it can be dimmer. And this is where it will default to. You can also use this then as a reading lamp. Okay? Or if you want it to cycle through colors, then you can see that it starts to change colors here. We'll give it a second so you can see a few of the different colors. If you can see them with this camera. And it'll do that as it wakes you up. Then, so we'll shut that off. You can set when you want it to start. So by default it starts a half hour before if you don't set this. But otherwise, say I've got my alarm set for 5 a.m., I can set it that this light starts coming on at 4:55, and it will slowly work its way up. It's got a count of 10, and it'll do that over a half hour. It'll get brighter, okay? And then it also, you can set it to an FM station, and it does come with the little antenna there. Okay, so then on the back, and this kind of gets confusing, on the back you set the volume. Okay, so here's the volume button. But then you come around to here. Whoops, I guess I was still sitting there. We'll go back to the time. Okay, touch buttons, huh? Okay, so to set the volume, you push that button. But then to change the volume, whoops, I'm sorry. To change the volume, you have to push the button back here again. And then it starts over again. And then you let it stop, and once it stops flashing, now that's what it's set default at. But then the difference is this one right here, which has the little notes on it, this is the different sounds that you can select, and those you have to do from the front. So you push this, and then you come here, or on the 7, where there is no sound, it'll just be light only, okay? And then it would go back to default, okay? And then on here is where you can set 12 or 24-hour format. And then on this, you can also set the brightness, or actually the brightness and whether the digital display is on or off. So off, dim, bright, off. Okay, so, and then it has a snooze button here also. And the thing is that's nice is there are 2 settings, so you can set it with 2 different times that in the morning, it slowly comes on over a half hour and gets brighter. And at night, then, if you set the second alarm, it starts out bright, so you can use it as a reading lamp and successfully and then over time gets dimmer over a half hour's time. So, you know, if you want to set a kid's reading time to a half hour and then the light goes out, then it'll just over time get dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. So I am a very, very light sleeper, so it doesn't take much, and so I hate the jarring sound of a typical alarm. So it's really nice to start coming out of sleep with this really dim, soft white light, and it just kind of starts bringing me to the surface, and then 5 minutes later, the birds start chirping, you know, or the waves start in, and really, really soft, and brings me awake, and it starts the day so much nicer than this jarring beep, beep, beep. So I think this is fantastic. It's got it's a stand. The stand is not adjustable. It does run on power. It's very sensitive to touch. It does run on power, and this can plug into a USB, or it does come with a power adapter also, so you can plug it into power. But then it also has where you can put batteries in, so that if you do lose power, it will still work with on the batteries. So yeah, great product. I'm very, very impressed with this, and very